they don't show any, they don't spray anything in here.
That's 1 and 2.
For one,
It ain't showing nothing on 1 and 2 nowhere.
3 and 4, yeah. And 3 and 4 is the one that gets the accelerator pump. But I haven't seen what, yeah, I haven't seen this thing. What do they call that? That's not shown on here anywhere. It could be just feeding up in here, you know, because you're going to get that mist, that pressure down in here. It must be just getting a little pressure in here, and it feeds a little fuel oil mixture into this end bearing. The end bearings on both ends probably get their feed. That's what they're getting fed from.
That's got to be right. That's the way it was linked. It can't be in any other way.
Yeah.
But it's looping around. It comes in off 1 and 2.
Yeah, I can take
I mean, it coming in off 3 and 4 pistons.
Here a little bit.
And it just feeds down through the jackets inside the block to 1 and 2 lubricating.
Yeah, it's just going
from the top bottom, 3 and 4 down to 2 1 pistons.
Yeah,
with lubrication, oil, fuel.
Yeah.
But grab that oil tank over there for the viewers to see.
I see what you're saying about this. Because this doesn't really.
We eliminated this oil tank.
Yeah, and that's okay.
And the reason I'm having to rebuild this engine is because the float on the #1 carburetor was stuck. Fuel came back out of the carburetor into the water well of the boat, and it seized up this piston. We showed you on the first videos.
So the ejection pump, all it's doing is taking oil out of the oil tank and pumping it right into the gas line.
All right, guys. See y'all later.
Yes, ma'am.
Take care.
Yes, ma'am, honey bun. Good to see you again.
Oh, yeah.
You're on YouTube now.
Okay. Doing a belly dance or something?
Oh, awesome. But factory was this tank set here. Well, on the Johnson & Evans is the VRO system. On the Quicksilvers, it's just a Quicksilver oil tank system. And you would fill this up, and everyone's doing away with that system. They go into pre-mixing.
That goes with this?
Yeah. They go into the pre-mix on the 2-stroke engines because people's losing so many engines because of this system. But I got a 140 Evinrude. The VRO's been bypassed on it as well, and I've done a few other for different folks bypassing their VROs. And you just order a special thing from your local dealer, and it blocks that off. It's a little more expensive. You can get it for like 80 bucks from the right man, but most people want around 150, 160 for them. I've seen one guy had them for 120, but they do have them for 80 bucks. The bypass, the special oil pump to bypass your oil tank feed system, the separate oil system. So that's all we've done. We just plugged that off, and this here, it was plugged into the bottom of the oil tank. But that's why I'm having to do the rebuild. So you can pretty much junk that. It's just a big old thing in the way of everything that you need to get to. Actually, it went on that side. That's the way it went right there, and you put your fuel in the top. Your oil in the top of the tank right there, or next to the flywheel. But that's what your base of your engine looks like going down to your lower unit. You got to have an owner's manual. DIY it. Now a climber sells them online about $40. I saw somebody's got them a little bit cheaper. I wouldn't get them at AutoZone or anywhere. The Harley Davidson manuals are a little bit more expensive, but the average cost for the outboard service manual is around 40. Harleys are 60, so figure that. But we don't talk a lot in these magazines. We just trying to get down to detailed stuff right now. Putting the bells and whistles on. This table here was full. You'll need to get you a table and put all your size bolts and stuff where they go. That's all I got left. This here holds the flywheel cover on wing nuts, starter. Hopefully the starter won't give us any trouble. Been sitting for a year. The engine block sat in the machine shop for 3 to 4 months down here in Charleston. Took forever to get that thing out. Everybody goes to the same guy. The biggest place Charleston is, you'd think it'd have all kind of machine shops, but there's $150, 160, something like that on the gasket kit. 405.
Here it is.
405 for the
Bleed system. Bleed system. You got right here. It's coming up here on the top. Goes down to those two. Over and around to this one. Yeah, see that big thing there? That's it right there.
Yep. That's got hit. I hope that don't give me any problem.
Comes around. It's a bleed system. What do they say about the bleed system?
It says you got to bleed that thing out too.
Fuel bleed recirculation system. Yeah, says they collect the oil pooled up in the lower crankcase and
Upper
it
crankshaft.
pumps up to the upper crankshaft bearing, which is here and here. Yeah.
Upper and lower. Upper crankshaft bearing to ensure proper upper crankshaft bearing lubrication. These models can suffer an upper crankshaft bearing failure if the system malfunctions and does not pump fuel and oil to the upper bearing carrier.
Yeah, that's these up here.
It's vitally important to efficient engine operation. If the system fails, excessive amounts of fuel and oil will puddle in the crankcase and not reach the. So the main thing is this pump. This pump, the cam accelerator pump, is what's pushing it, right?
Yeah,
The accelerator pump is
that pushes it into the crank.
working off the cam
Little
bracket.
gives an extra shot into those two cylinders. And all these are is it gets this excess
Loop.
that that excess oil and gas mixture out of here, because the pistons are actually pumping this, giving it some pressure. That runs that oil and gas mixture.
Might need to change this filter. At least take it off and clean it out.
Yeah, double check it. It's unhooked anyway, so.
No need doing all this work, not having proper lubrication. Let's Sit there and scorch another piston. You want a Coke? You want to switch over? You good on the coffee? Huh?
Get a little coffee. Coffee or a Coke, either one's good.
I switched over to Coke. I drank my last bit of coffee. Got reached for a
Okay, so,
Coke.
yeah, these are, yeah. So everything's loosely assembled here. We can tighten this pump down even though it's not doing anything.
Yeah, nothing. We just got it assembled loosely.
Yeah, it just keeps it. Everything we found out, and we don't have any extra parts left over, I don't think. And here's parts for the starter assembly.
We need to go ahead and get this crank.
Where this one
Flywheel and the stator
Yeah, gotta get that.
going.
That's all gotta
And that way we can put it on that cherry picker. And but actually it's on the table pretty good. That's a good setup. And 2x4s worked out nice, good balance. As long as that table. I ain't got your face or head in none of these videos. Maybe once or twice. I don't know if you go full screen on a computer, it might show up. Don't want nobody come looking for you. Some crazy person from California.
Yeah, that's gotta go right on that one. There's a bracket that bolts on there. That's this one, right?
Yeah,
I wonder where this bolt goes.
that there probably don't even need this. I don't know.
Yeah.
It might, no, it don't hold that holds the electronic module. That's what that is. Yeah, we gotta have that. I thought it might be part of that oil tank we took off. That holds this module right here. Maybe. Nope, ain't what I thought it was. At some point. May hold it with this other one. Yeah, it holds it on the back side.
Yep.
These two here, it holds it. Yeah, I think it sits on top.
It either goes that way or this way, one of the two. Maybe it goes through here, I don't know.
This right here, that held the other top part of the oil tank. That's why.
Yeah.
I think that bolted the top of the oil tank. And then the other bracket held the bottom. But this right here, I ain't exactly sure if I can't shoot this video. I'm a terrible cameraman. But hold that down in there, and that key, where'd that key go? That little key. Oh, here's the key right here. That key goes down in there. Oh, there's something in there. What is that in there? That's that other little seal. That's that new one. So if y'all guys is out there, man, just take 2x4s and you need one 2x12, 2x10 to build your motor stand. And I got that idea from a buddy of mine in Florence. I just took some measurements and built me a motor engine stand to hold the thing during the process of over the past year. That's been its home, unfortunately, but you know, with the good help of good friends like John, I can get this thing back on the water, and hopefully we can get some good use out of it. Kids love it. Maybe catch some fish. But that's where your power head goes. Your power head mounts right down there. It's here, that's all you got. Drive that propulsion, that propeller, push that prop. But you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got 9 holes here. If you want to take your power head off your lower unit, that's where you do it, right there. Get it to come up under here. Up under here. Here's your exhaust. But, another thing on this unit, that power trim leaks down. It'll trim up and down, but it under a lot of RPMs, miles per hour, the water's pushing the trim back down. It won't hold. And I was told that's $600 because you can't order. Mercury don't put out a rebuild kit. We need one little O-ring, and none of the hardware stores have that one specific sized O-ring for the Mercury, and Mercury don't offer that kit no more. You got about a whole cotton picking thing, $600. But like I was saying, $150 for the $60 for the gasket, $405 for the machine work. That's $650. Odds and ends, $700. Gas, shooting back and forth, power bill to do it, it's $1,000. Rebuild for everything. To make this video, $15 for the card. Just bought 2 more batteries. So add that cost in. Fuel and oil, yeah, $1,000 rebuild. Oh yeah, I had to buy the piston, and I think it was around $80.
I'm just guessing on these here.
Here's a look at the old piston, the scoring on it.